all, this is Babakar Pandey from Capgemini. I'm a vice president and leader for marketing services and digital customer experience. Capgemini as a company is one of the largest service integration company in the world with branches in 26 countries and over 270,000 people working across the globe, serving our clients across digital transformation, ID consulting, business consulting, across different industry domains like banking, retail, finance, insurance, healthcare, pharma, telecom, and media spaces. As a part of Capgemini, we have a very large digital customer experience team that supports sales, service, marketing, and commerce platforms, working with the leaders in the industry for these platforms and building a robust alliance to help us drive integrated solution for our customers. Brada and Alexei Rudometkin. Matt is the head of Workfront delivery. He's a head of Workfront practice and delivery leader. And Alexei is the chief architect for Magento practices in Capgemini. So, today we are going to talk about a very unique problem and opportunity area that we have for our marketers. But before we get into that, I just wanted us to understand what are these platforms very uniquely known for? For those of us who are not really conversant with the details of what Workfront is and what Magento is. So I'll ask Matt you a question. Could you tell us specifically about Workfront a little detail and what it does and how it is really fitting into the overall marketing ecosystem?
Sure, thank you. Workfront is a cloud-based work management platform who wants to be positioned as the operational system of record for work. No different than you have an operational system of record for any other enterprise application. So in that vein, Workfront's job is to centralize work requests, evaluate those requests, and push them into the right teams to do the right work at the right time. And in so doing, Workfront effectively and intelligently manages resource, capacity, velocity, and time to production.
Thank you, Matt. Alexei, would you want to tell us a little bit on Magento in terms of how it all fits in the overall marketing and commerce ecosystem?
Sure. Magento is the leading e-commerce platform, and it basically allows customers to purchase products. And for the merchant, the key is obviously to set up all these products, set up campaigns, send orders, send the screens to the customers, so the customers should be able to purchase and then effectively get their product back to the door. So this is the Magento is the e-commerce engine behind the scene, and that's how it fits into the overall picture.
Thank you. I think what we are going to now talk about is, the final outcome of the commerce when you start thinking about a marketing journey, and how can actually Workfront as a tool enable some efficiency that can be brought to the table when, as a platform, Magento by itself cannot do it. And by the way, we as Capgemini, we are leading partners with both Workfront and Magento, and we have done a lot of solution exploration in this space. So we can talk very confidently about some of the do's and don'ts through this process as well. So both Alexei and Matt are going to help me through this discussion as we get into it. But to start with, I just want to help you understand, as Alexei was mentioning, that Magento is actually used by most of the marketers for driving sales essentially for our customers. Getting the right product at the right time in the least click possible, essentially, right? But at the same time, Magento's processes by itself cannot manage the overall governance, doesn't have an ability to get real-time data from the CRM systems or map the CRM data into core of its system. So the data flow is a little clunky and manual in that place. And that's where Workfront comes into as a solution. So before wasting any time, I just wanted to ask Matt you a question. So if you look at that problem statement from our side, with respect to what Magento can or cannot do, how does Workfront come into this play and actually help that process to become a lot more seamless and automated from that fashion?
Well, marketing departments love using Workfront because it gives them autonomy in planning their own work while also catering to the unique needs in the marketing industry. Workfront has native integrations into Adobe Creative Cloud, Adobe Assets, but natively it terminates there. To be competitive, Workfront and its marketing customers will need more, and they can achieve more with integrations that can provide full marketing lifecycle management. In fact, today we are going to be looking deeper at the Workfront Adobe opportunities to achieve this. Workfront allows creative designers to quickly locate tasks in their platforms they are accustomed to working, having those newly created assets digitally approved, and then pushing those assets into the DAM repository. That's where Workfront natively stops right now. But we have a unique and exciting opportunity here to programmatically connect Workfront to Magento and complete that life cycle of the campaign. Because for Workfront to achieve full end-to-end campaign management, it needs to connect to the e-commerce platform. Alexi?
Sure, Matt. And as you noticed, basically that's where the usually work stops in terms of how the campaign is set up, and that's where the magic happens. Because if instead of manually entering all the campaigns into Magento and e-commerce system and being prone to error, we can now push it automatically and be able to see the results of the campaign in real time. So this way we can target specific customers and with the specific campaigns, and the customers would be happy to continue with their order and create the order. This is the typical purchase journey for the customer. As you can see, the customers are seeing browsing the products. They able to add it to a shopping cart. They are able to then apply their promotions if there are any and complete the order. But that's not where the journey ends for us, for the merchant. The merchant obviously now needs to get this order and push it forward to all other systems going forward from this point on.
So, Alexi and Matt, what you're saying is, if you don't have this integration between Workfront and Magento, the operation is a lot more manual and clunky, and kind of takes a lot more overhead from what you just explained. But then, okay, so we are trying to automate a function here, right? But is that what this solution can bring to the table, or is just goes beyond what we have just talked about? Because this kind of automation can also occur through different other solutions that we can look in the industry. But what is so unique about this here, right? That actually just separates us, not just automation, but what takes us beyond that?
Well, Bibakar, marketing departments absolutely need to operationalize themselves to make Workfront the platform that ties these systems together. Workfront designs the campaign, Magento targets it to the right audience, and then sales are made. And then Adobe Analytics will send metrics back to Workfront that tell it how effective that campaign was. Marketing, then armed with objective data, can create tactical campaigns that are targeted to a subsection of that main audience. We can do this through Salesforce Marketing Cloud with personalized messaging, as is shown here on the screen. The point here, though, is that marketing is leveraging all operational systems to create personalized messaging in a target-rich environment, and doing that while being supplied rich analytics to help them guide in the decision making.
So what you're saying is essentially, if this solution was not in place, then obviously, there is a stop at every point, and then you have to get the data manually into the system to really manage that entire work. Whereas Workfront actually provides that level of integration across the board between your data from the Creative Cloud to coming into the campaign to the commerce, and then actually flowing it back, learning through the process, and providing also a campaign through your Salesforce Marketing Cloud, or for that matter, any Marketing Cloud platform. Is that correct, Matt?
That's absolutely correct. What we wanted to do was show an example of measurable data that was captured in real time from the campaign, captured, in fact, with Adobe Analytics, passed back to Workfront, where intelligent decisions can be made to subcategorize a new tactic, connect that with Salesforce, and regenerate a more revised, targeted campaign. The uniqueness here is that we are able then to complete the cycle of the campaign. And that is because we can absorb the metrics that we've collected. We can refine the campaign, and we can retarget it to that refined audience. And shown here on the screen is a customized message we built in Workfront for an email tactic campaign, connected it to Salesforce Marketing Cloud. This maximizes the effectiveness of the campaign, and it makes most use of the investment behind it.
And the way you're doing it is by capturing the data to help you continuously refine your campaign, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's in essence, what I heard you guys say is that, we can actually go out and, create efficiencies and automated workflows, leveraging the Workfront platform and integrating with the e-commerce, like in this case, Magento, pretty seamlessly. And then by doing that and actually leveraging a personalized and targeting campaigns, by leveraging the right analytics tool, integrating in the whole ecosystem brings about a lot more data consistency and driving a much more integrated solution across the board between CRM and e-commerce system that gives a marketer a complete operations that is closely tied through the Workfront solution. I mean, I think that's the uniqueness I got from this discussion. Matt and Alexi, do you guys have anything to add besides what I just said? Or, do you think this kind of covers the whole thing?
Well, it seems to me that in the post-COVID-19 world, any investments that are going to be made in marketing will have to have demonstrable, objective ROI metrics to back any investment. This solution will do just that.
Because what you're saying is because it's not only measurable, but it also brings about a continuous efficiency through the process, right?
Indeed.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Matt and Alexi, for joining me for this conversation. It was really interesting, and I'm sure that audience would have learned a lot about it. Thank you again.